My name is Jeanette Marie Armijo. I was in the U.S. Army from 1981 to 1985. During the middle of my tour, I was sent to Korea. I'm a combat photographer. In Korea, I worked primarily for the general, so I flew a lot with him, and I worked for Stars and Stripes. While we were there, the Jet, the Korean jetliner, was shot down. I had joined during peacetime, so during that time we were on high alert, and they issued us all ammo. It definitely shifted my experience. The men were actually hyper-vigilant. There was a level of excitement that shifted. Some of the women were also hyper-vigilant. I was coming from actually more of a place of maybe a little confusion, definitely some fear. I absolutely was trained well enough and capable enough to take care of myself. I also worked with people that were extremely bonded. There was a lot of camaraderie, regardless of where we came from, our walk of life, or even gender-specific male and female, as well as during that time there was a large amount of, at least where I was stationed, while I was in the military, many of the people were homosexual, and the camaraderie level was still strong. It was unspoken, but that being said, we also had people from all types of religious practices and things of that sort. And that particular action, or that directive from the president, shifted our level of camaraderie. We bonded stronger than we had been, and it was already a strong bond, but we bonded stronger than we had been. And maneuvers were intensified, so we spent a lot more time out in the field, away from the luxuries that were there on post, which is basically, in my experience, kind of like college dormitory living. I just clearly remember how grateful and open-armed the people of Korea were. We were responsive to them, and they were responsive to us. As in probably any country, there were definitely different social economic levels that we dealt with. I was outside. I was as far north as you can get before the demilitarized zone. But for a woman, the men could go to they were stationed up there, but the women were not at that time. I understand they are now, because now we have women in combat. Then we didn't. I was sent to it's called the DMZ. I was sent to the DMZ often because I was a photographer and because the general spent a lot of time up there. It was a whole different experience. The men were very focused on their training. They were obviously there to protect us. They did a lot of combat type training with their weapons, as well as hand-to-hand combat. And during the time, I think it was a month we were on high alert when the Jet was shot down. During that month, we did a lot of training. And as difficult and time-consuming, and the sleep deprivation that occurred for all of us, we were all grateful that, overall I should say, most of us were grateful that that our training was being reinforced and that we were preparing for any possibility. And I guess that's about all I have. Thank you.